everyone, it's Autumn. Today I'm going to review for you the summer bronzer from Clarins. This is their Colors of Brazil bronzer. It's just their summer bronzing compact. Clarins comes out with a different bronzer every single summer, and I believe this was around $35. I'll kind of put the price right here, but it was around $35, I think. But you get a ton of product. Just for comparison, Nars Laguna bronzer, you only get 8 grams of product, so you're getting more than double the amount of bronzer in here. So this is a matte bronzer. It has a tiny little speckle right here of like a shimmer in it, but once I put it on and I swirl everything together, I'm not really seeing that shimmer, so I'm not quite sure why it's in there. And you can also see the two different colors here. This tends to be like lighter and this tends to be darker, but when I kind of swatch them, you can kind of see when they swatch, one just tends to be more red and one to be more neutral or cool. So here they are swatched individually, but there's not a huge difference between the two colors there. So, oops. So when I use this, I don't actually like try to concentrate it in one area over the other. I just swirl everything together and it comes out with the most perfect sort of tanned flush on the skin. So I'll kind of do another finger swatch here, and here they are together. So when I first looked at this, I was afraid it might have sort of an orange undertone, but it doesn't. To me, it's like a neutral undertone with a hint of red, which is kind of perfect for that summer sort of glow. I'm wearing it right now. I did do a demo with this look I have on. If you're also curious about the blush, I tell you everything that I had on my face prior to putting this on. The only two things that I added to my face after were this blush right here, which is a Clinique Fresh Bloom all over color in the shade Peony. It cracked, I had to press it back together. And then this mascara, which is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. It's under my thing, I gotta get it. Am I really? So I have the mascara on in CoverGirl Clump Crusher, and then I just have this Baby Lips lip balm on in, what is this? Rose Rush. Okay, so that's all I have on my face other than what I tell you in the demonstration and the bronzer. So I did use the bronzer as eyeshadow as well, you will see in the demonstration. So kind of to talk about the texture here, you get a lot of bronzer, and this is not a soft consistency, it's kind of like a more firm, harder consistency. So I was kind of worried about color payoff when I felt that. I'm like, oh, that's not going to have great color payoff. But as you can see, it does. And it's not chalky in any way whatsoever. It kind of just looks like skin. It doesn't have any chalky or ashiness to it. It's the perfect color, at least for my skin tone, to give me that in the sun sort of bronze glow. I don't use this to contour with, like I mentioned in the in the demo, you'll see that. But I kind of use it just pretty much all over my face to add that sun glow. The cool thing about the texture not being a super soft sort of bronzer is the fact that it's going to travel well. It's not going to crumble or crack. It's a very firm thing. Other than that, I mean, I have nothing but positive things to say about this. I think this bronzer is going to last me all year. I mean, you get a ton of product. It's well worth the money. I highly suggest checking this out before they sell out. This was no longer on the Nordstrom website, so I had to order it directly from Clarins. So that's also something to look out for. Nordstrom or someplace like that may restock it, but just kind of a heads up. You can also go to a Clarins counter and see if you can find it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut to the demo now. Okay, so in case you're wondering on my face, what I already have on, I did my skincare routine, and then I am testing out the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light Foundation. And I put a little bit of a cream highlighter on my cheeks. I went under my under eyes with the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Concealer Corrector highlighter thing. And what else did I do? Oh, I applied my eyeshadow primer, which I'm using the Lorac Behind the Scenes. And I have just this brow pencil right here, ran through my brows, and it's the Boots No. 7 Beautiful Eyebrow Pencil. So I'm going to go ahead today. I'm just looking for a really simple look, so I'm going to apply this to the cheeks and the eyes. And I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'm using a Real Techniques blush brush, and I never use this for blush. I find it to be a bit large for blush, but I found that it's working great for bronzer. I had been using it for bronzer for a while, and somebody had also suggested this to me, so I just figured I would use it for the video as well. So when I apply bronzer, I don't use it as a contour. I actually apply it right here. Like, you would contour right here, and when I contour, I don't actually contour down like a lot of people do. I pretty much just put a slight stamp of contour right there, and then I just kind of let my face or the eye or whatever do the rest. But anyway, applying this kind of to the tops of the cheeks and up onto the cheeks, the hairline, down here just a little bit, and down on the neck. Then and as you can see, it just gives a really natural sun glow. I'm going to have better swatches of this and things like that on my blog too. And now I go take it over the bridge of my nose right here. And then whatever's left, I lightly just kind of bring it down here. Almost like I do a 3 here and like a W here, if that makes sense. And then I just apply a little bit on the chin and bring it down my neck a little bit. And then I just blend it. Okay, so I'm also going to take the Sonia Kashuk blend brush that I have here and swirl throughout all of it and just kind of apply it on the eyelid a little bit and up into the crease just for a little bit of coloring. I want to do really simple makeup today just because I want to take my daughter to the park. I don't need to go too crazy. But this wears very beautifully as an eyeshadow. I'm also going to take some here on this little detailer brush and just run it under the bottom lash line to kind of connect the colors. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and dry my hair, do all that stuff, and I will be back in a little while to talk more about the bronzer. Okay, so as you can see, it applies very evenly, not patchy. It looks natural. I think that this is probably my favorite bronzer to date. I have a lot of bronzers, and I've mentioned in videos before that I feel like I'm going through a bronzer rut because I have so many bronzers, but really nothing that, I don't know, that I absolutely loved. Somebody suggested that one that they had gotten and they really loved it, so I went ahead on a whim and I picked it up. I absolutely agree. I love it. Just to kind of give you an idea of the bronzers I have, let me pull this out. I was planning on doing this. And here's Hoola and the Tarte. So these are the bronzers I have. I got a couple MAC bronzers, some Milani, some Physicians Formula, the Balm, Nars, Stila, Laura Mercier. I mean, I have a ton of bronzers. And not to mention the ones that come in the blush kits. I have a Lancome one, and this one's really nice right here. And in palettes and things like that, I have a lot of bronzer. And I just kind of felt like I was in a rut, that nothing was really giving me that natural sun-kissed glow. Since this bronzer does not look powdery or muddy at all, it allows me to still achieve a dewy makeup look as well. Some bronzers, you have to kind of go matte with the rest of your makeup because you will have like matteness on your face, and then if you kind of want to do dewy on top of that, it just doesn't really go because they kind of mattify and muddy up your face. This one doesn't do it. So if you're someone who really enjoys a dewy look and you don't want to use a cream bronzer, highly, highly suggest it. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please leave them below. I hope this was helpful. I'm also going to do a blog post with better pictures. I took pictures when this was new. I'm going to do a blog post to accompany this video and write probably a little bit more about it if I can remember. These videos are never scripted really for me, so I kind of just ramble. So yeah, there will be a blog post with better swatches and all that fun stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!